Hi, good morning, everyone. Next, chapter number one. Chapter number one, geomorphology. Put the heading, chapter number one, geomorphology. Okay. So, geomorphology. Your comfort is my concern, right? Okay. So, geomorphology. Listen, and many students will had the term geomorphology, but the meaning is there in that term itself, right? The geomorphology, please remember. So, there are three terms here. One is geo, second one is morpho, third one is logy, right? So geo, morpho and logy. What is the meaning of geo? Earth. What is the meaning of logy? Study. What is the meaning of morpho? What is morpho? Changes. We call them morphology. Morphology meaning external feature, right? Just listen. So there are two meanings again. One is changes and second term is physical features or external features. Physical features. Listen first, don't write. So physical features, right? So here geo meaning earth, morpho meaning changes or physical features, and the study. Our earth surface, listen carefully, our earth surface is not evenly distributed. Listen, our earth surface is not evenly distributed. This entire earth can be divided into three major landforms. This earth surface can be majorly divided into three major landforms. Okay. So one is plain, second one is mountain, third one is plateau. Just listen. So your plain, mountain, and plateau. Just listen. Our earth surface is not evenly distributed. In some places we are having plains, in some places we are having mountains, in some places we are having plateau. Here the entire earth, listen carefully, the entire earth, if you take the entire earth, the total area of the earth is 510 million square kilometers, right? Out of 510 million, maximum area is covered by water. Maximum area meaning almost 71 percentage of the total area of the earth is covered by water. Okay. So here the total, listen carefully. So out of total 510, 361 million, 361 million square kilometers out of 510, 71 percentage. So this 361 constitutes 71% of the total area of the earth, and the remaining area is 149 million square kilometers. And out of this 149, it constitutes 29 percentage. 29 percentage of the total area of the earth. And this 149 million square kilometer, it classified into three major landforms. One is plains, second one is mountains, third one is plateaus. Out of this total area is 149. That is the land area. The land area is 149 million and the water area is 361. Out of this 149 land area, so plains constitutes 55 percentage. That is almost 82 million 82 million square kilometers. Out of this total 149 land, a plain area constitutes 82 million, and mountains constitutes 27 percentage. So that is almost 40 million square kilometers, and plateaus constitutes 18 percentage. That is almost 27 million square kilometers. So if you add these three, so it is 100 percentage, and if you add these three, it is 149 million square kilometers. Right, just listen. So here the land consists three important landforms, that is plains, mountains, and plateaus. Listen carefully. So the physical features, these three are important physical features of the earth. Listen carefully. Here study about, listen first. You can write later, just listen first. So here study about different physical features of the earth. Study about different physical features of the earth like plains, mountains, and plateau is known as geomorphology. So geomorphology meaning study about different landforms or different physical features of the earth like plains, mountains, and plateau is known as geomorphology. There is no need of by-hearting. The meaning is given there itself, and like that, if you get the clarity, you never forget. And if you by-heart, you will forget within 1 week or 2 weeks. So you have to understand the concept there, right? So they are saying geomorphology. Geo meaning earth, morpho meaning changes or landforms, and logy meaning study. Study about the landforms of the earth is known as geomorphology. Very simple, right? Now we can take the diagram first. And such small diagrams, if you draw in your mains answer, you will get very good marks, right? Because the diagrams are not given in any books or any NCERT. These are my own diagrams, and that will definitely help you to get good marks, right? Have you taken the diagram? Son? Okay, write down. The term geomorphology is derived from three Greek words. The term geomorphology is derived from three Greek words. Three Greek words. Geo. The term geo derived from three Greek words. Geo meaning earth. Comma, morpho meaning changes or physical features. And logy meaning study. Right, full stop. Study about different physical features. Study about different physical features or landforms. Study about different physical features or landforms of the earth. Study about different physical features or landforms of the earth like plains. Study about different physical features or landforms of the earth like plains, mountains, and plateaus. Study about different physical features of the earth like plains, mountains, and plateaus is known as geomorphology. Study about different physical features or landforms of the earth like plains, mountains, and plateaus plateaus is known as geomorphology. So different study about different physical features or landforms of the earth like plains, mountains and plateaus is known as geomorphology, right? Full stop. Listen, again they can ask the question, arrange the following major landforms of the earth in decreasing order. Which comes first? Plains. Second, mountains. Third comes plateau, in decreasing order, in percentage. They can ask in area wise also. 82 million highest, then 40 million, and then 27 million, decreasing order. The largest one is plain. Second largest landform is mountain. Third largest landform is plateau, right? And the study about these three we call as geomorphology. Now, next point, listen. They will ask the question, who coined the term geomorphology? That is also very important point, right? And the answer is William Morris Davis. That is very important, very famous person. Just to next point. The term geomorphology, the term geomorphology, the term geomorphology, the term geomorphology. First time, the term geomorphology, first time coined by the term geomorphology, first time coined by a very famous American geographer, by a very famous American geographer, by a very famous American geographer, William Morris Davis. William Morris Davis. Inside the bracket, W.M. Davis. In exam, they will mention W.M. Davis only. You should not get confused. By a famous American geographer, William Morris Davis. Inside the bracket, W.M. Davis. W.M. Davis. Therefore, he is known as father of. Therefore, he is known as father of his children's. Don't write father of geomorphology. Therefore, he is known as father of geomorphology. Therefore, he is known as father of geomorphology. Right? Very important point. Listen, so we have discussed about father of geography, father of modern geography, father of Indian geography, father of geomorphology. Who is the father of geography? Eratosthenes. Father of geography, Eratosthenes. Just try to give the answer. Father of geography, Eratosthenes. Father of modern geography, Alexander von Humboldt and Karl Ritter. Father of Indian geography, Major James Rennell. Father of geomorphology, William Morris Davis or W.M. Davis. Right? Very important. And among these fathers, who gave the idea of regional geography? Karl Ritter. Who gave the idea of systematic geography? Yes, very good. Important. Nice. Very good. Listen, here is geomorphology. Now we'll discuss what all topics comes under this chapter. Right? Next heading, topics under geomorphology. Topics of geomorphology. Topics of geomorphology. Okay, listen. So this geomorphology chapter consists two topics. There are two important topics. First one is geomorphic processes. Second chapter or second topic, astronomy. Geomorphic processes and astronomy. And this astronomy, it is most important for your prelims. Every year, 1 or 2 question repeats from astronomy in general and solar system in particular. That we'll discuss later about the solar system and the astronomy. First, we'll discuss about the geomorphic processes. And these geomorphic processes, it is most important for your mains. It is very important for your mains, geomorphic processes and astronomy for the prelims. First, we'll discuss the mains part, then we'll discuss the prelims part, right? Geomorphic processes. Then there are two important topics. So these are the only two topics, but to cover these two topics, it requires minimum 50 hours. It requires around 40 to 50 hours, right? So very important one. The geomorphic process itself requires 40 hours to complete, because the half of the geography is there in the geomorphic process only, right? So now we'll discuss in detail about the geomorphic processes. Listen first, don't write. Just again, don't try to by heart, just try to understand try to derive the meaning of that term. The meaning is given there only. Just geomorphic processes. What is the meaning of geo meaning earth? What is the meaning of morphic? Changes or the physical features. What are the processes? Activities. That activity can be within the earth, that activity can be above the earth. If the activity takes place within the earth, we call endogenic. If it takes place above the earth, we call exogenic, right? Endogenic, exogenic activities will cause the changes in the physical features of the earth, right? And those processes we call the geomorphic processes. Geomorphic processes meaning the processes or activities, those will alter, those will change the shape of the earth, that we call geomorphic processes. Just listen, I'll give you an example. Listen first. Just listen. If suppose here it is the mountain. Listen first. It is the mountain and this is the valley. This is a valley, right? And this is the mountain. We call mountain when the height is more than 900 meters. Just listen. If height of any elevated landmass is more than 900 meters, we call mountain. If the height is less than 900 meters, we call hills, right? If the height is less than 900 meters, we call hills. If the height is more than 900 meters, we call as mountain. Suppose, just listen. If the height is more than 900 meters, then we call the mountain. And these mountains are associated with different processes like erosion processes, weathering processes, because of the rainfall. Just listen. So when the sunlight falls on the on the mountain surfaces, the inside the mountain we are having the rocks, right? The rocks undergoes weathering activities. Weathering meaning, what is the meaning of weathering? Breakdown, right? The larger rocks will break into small pieces, right? And that converts into soil also, that we call pedogenesis. What is the meaning of pedogenesis? Pedo meaning soil, genesis meaning formation. The soil formation process we call pedogenesis, and the main reason for soil formation is the rocks. Without rock the soil will not form. The black soil of Deccan Plateau formed because of the igneous rocks in the Deccan Plateau, right? Just listen. So here because of sunlight, because of the movement of the winds, because of the rainfall, right? Because of even the glacier, movement of the snow, all these factors will cause the erosion of the upper layer of the soil. And when the upper layer of the soil removed, the height of the mountain decreases. And when the height decreases, this mountain converts into hills, right? Earlier it was mountain, but now it becomes hills because decrease in the height. And whatever material removed from here, that material will deposit in this region. And when the material deposits, the valley will become the plain also, right? The valley can become the plain, right? And that process we call here depositional processes. Listen, here the depositional processes causes the conversion of valley into plain, right? And the erosional processes causes the mountains, conversion of mountains into hills, right? And similarly, for example, if suppose this is a valley region, and if the two plates will collide each other, when two plates collide each other, the land will the upliftment of the land takes place, and because of the upliftment, again the valley can become the plain also. So all that processes we call geomorphic processes. So geomorphic processes meaning, so here the process that causes or that alters the shape of the earth surface. The structure was mountain earlier, but it became the now hills. The structure was valley earlier, now it became the plains. That change in the structure, the change in the shape of the earth, we call geomorphic processes. You got this point? Just write down the meaning of geomorphic processes. Reading geomorphic processes, right? Geomorphic processes. Write down. Processes or activities those processes or activities, those causes processes or activities, those causes different landforms of the earth. Processes or activities, those causes different landforms of the earth are known as Geomorphic processes or GMP, geomorphic processes. In short, GMP you can mention. So because many times we use these terms, geomorphic process, geomorphic, then just write down short, GMP are known as geomorphic processes, GMP, GMP, right? Full stop. Next point. Put the heading types of GMP, types of geomorphic processes, types of geomorphic processes. Okay. So these geomorphic processes are broadly classified into two categories. One is endogenic geomorphic processes, and second one is exogenic geomorphic processes. Just listen. Listen here, processes those takes place within the earth we call endogenic, those takes place above the earth, right? Those takes place above the earth we call exogenic, those takes place within. Just listen. So within the earth we call endogenic. Just listen here. Endo meaning, just listen first. Endo meaning within. Listen first. Sorry, endo meaning within. What is the meaning of genic? Does anyone? Genic meaning origin. Just listen first. Genic meaning origin, or so genic meaning even formation. Listen first. Genic meaning formation or even development. If you get the clarity about the terms, you never forget. Listen, I will give one more meaning. Just you might have heard about pedogenesis. What is the meaning of pedo? Have you heard about pedology? What is the meaning of pedo? Soil. What is the meaning of logy? Study about soil we call pedology. What is the meaning of zoology? Zoo meaning animals, logy meaning study about animals we call zoology. Study about soil we call pedology. What is the meaning of petrology? Petro meaning rocks. Study about rocks we call petrology, right? Here genesis, listen carefully. Here pedo meaning soil, genesis meaning formation or origin. Formation of soil we call pedogenesis. Very simple, right? So genesis meaning it can be origin, it can be formation, it can be development. With respect to the first term we have to use these terms. If it is a soil we call soil formation process or soil development process, right? We call pedogenesis. Here endogenesis meaning the processes those originates within the earth we call endogenic. Exo meaning outside. Just listen. Exo meaning outside, genic meaning origin or development or formation. Processes that originates above the earth we call exogenic. Processes that originates within the earth we call endogenic. You got this point? Put the heading endogenic geomorphic processes. Endogenic geomorphic processes. Endogenic, right? Write down. Processes those takes place, those originates, processes those originates or processes those originates or takes place within the earth. Processes those originates or takes place within the earth are known as are known as endogenic GMP, endogenic geomorphic processes. Endogenic geomorphic processes, right? Endogenic geomorphic processes. Listen, the process that takes place within the earth we call endogenic processes, and the force that causes these processes we call endogenic forces, right? Endogenic forces meaning, so to carry some process we need a force, we need a energy. That's the reason we call it. What is energy? Energy is a capacity to do the work. So capacity to do the work, to carry any process we need the energy. I am speaking here. Speaking also one process, it requires the energy. Without energy I can't speak. You are writing, that is also one process. To write something, you need energy. So you can write for 3 to 4 hours. After that, you will feel hungry, right? Otherwise, you will ask, sir, break, break. Otherwise, you will make my last breath, right? So because break we need because to get a energy, right? Please remember here. So the processes that takes place within the earth we call endogenic, and the forces that causes the endogenic processes we call endogenic forces. Add one line. Forces in the same line. Those are forces those are responsible for endogenic processes. Those are responsible for endogenic processes. Those are responsible for endogenic processes are known as endogenic forces. Forces those are responsible for endogenic processes are known as endogenic forces. Now listen. Now the question comes, and this question already came in the UPSC prelims exam, and very important question. Listen first. So they'll ask the question, what are the sources or what are the examples of endogenic forces? From where that force comes, from where the energy comes, right? The first source, listen carefully. The first source and the first important source of energy or the first source of force is radioactivity. Just listen first. Radioactivity. What is the meaning of radioactivity? What is radioactivity? Listen first. Oh, Didi, listen first. What is radioactivity? Yes, anyone? What is radioactivity? What is, have you heard about uranium, thorium materials? Uranium, thorium substances or the materials, they undergoes decay. And when they undergoes decay, they releases huge amount of the energy that we call radioactivity. So radioactivity meaning a radioactive elements like uranium and thorium undergoes decay or decomposition, and during their decay, they releases huge amount of energy. So that we call as radioactivity, and that energy is one of the source for endogenic geomorphic process. That is point number 1, radioactivity. Second force or second source of energy for endogenic geomorphic processes is a primordial heat. Just listen. So primordial heat. What is the meaning of primordial heat of the earth? Primordial meaning, so when earth was originated, as per Big Bang theory, earth originated around 4.6 billion years ago. And when earth originated, that time there was no life, right? That time there was no life, and earth was completely like a fireball, because earth was very hot in the beginning, and that upper, like, the surface heat decreased because of the atmosphere, the heat lost in the atmosphere, but still there is more heat in the center of the earth, right? So today also the earth interior having more heat, and our earth's interior in general and the core part in particular, so the temperature is around 6000 degrees Celsius. Today also the temperature is 6000 degrees Celsius in the center of the earth, but at surface we are having 15 to 20 degrees Celsius at the surface, but in the center of the earth today also we are having 6000 degrees Celsius temperature, and that we call the primordial heat. Primordial meaning the earlier heat, the beginning heat. So today also that heat is there, and that heat will cause the displacement of the materials, that heat will cause melting of the materials, and that melting will cause the formation of the magma, and the magma will always try to come up above the earth surface. That primordial heat also one of the main reason for the endogenic geomorphic processes. That is second point. Third point, listen. The earth is not stationary. Earth is rotating around its own axis, and the earth is rotating from west to east, right? The earth is rotating from west to east around its own axis, and during the rotation, the metals within the earth will collide each other, and because of the collision, so the breakdown takes place, melting takes place, friction force also occurs, and that friction force also one of the main reason for this endogenic processes, right? This one endogenic processes occurs even by the rotation of the earth. So rotation, or we call the rotational force of the earth. So when the earth rotates, that also causes the rotational force, and the rotational force also one of the main reason for endogenic geomorphic processes. Now fourth one is the tidal force. Just listen. So tidal force. So because earth surface, as I mentioned in my earlier slide, just listen. So here the earth surface around 71% of the earth's surface is covered by the water, and out of that 361 million square kilometer, sorry, million square kilometer, so most of the water is in the oceans, right? Around 97.25% of the water is in the oceans. Out of this 361 total water, most of the water is in the oceans. And oceans meaning the waves, tides are common, right? Because of the gravitation pull between the sun, moon and earth, right? Because sun, earth, moon, so always they are like associated, three are associated each other. So the moon also pulls the water, right? The sun also pulls the water because of their gravitational force. And when the water is pulled, right, even the crust and mantle also will expansion, the contraction of the crust also takes place because of the gravitation pull, right? And because of that gravitational pull of the gravitation pull by the sun, moon, earth, so the force will create within the earth, that we call the tidal force, right? So tidal force also one of the main reason for movement of the material within the earth, or it also one of the main reason for the endogenic processes. So endogenic processes takes place by endogenic forces, and these forces comes from four sources. The first source is radioactivity, second source is the primordial heat or the earlier heat, and third one is rotational force of the earth, and fourth one is the tidal force between the sun, earth and moon. These four forces causes the endogenic geomorphic processes. You got this point? Just write down next point. Endogenic, just put the heading sources for endogenic forces. Sources for endogenic forces and processes. Sources for endogenic forces and processes. This is a UPSC prelims question. Just put double star here and just write down PYQ. PYQ meaning it's a UPSC previous year question. PYQ. Because sometimes the question repeats also from the UPSC prelims. It's a PYQ question. Already this question came. Okay, just listen. Write down one more line here. There are four major sources. 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 They are, first one is radioactivity of radioactive elements, like radioactivity of radioactive elements like uranium, and thorium. Radioactivity of radioactive elements like uranium and thorium within the earth. That is first source. Second source, write down primordial or earlier heat of the earth. Primordial or earlier primordial or earlier heat of earth's interior. Primordial or earlier heat of earth's interior. Full stop. Third one, rotational force of the earth. Rotational force of the earth. Right? Full stop. Fourth one, tidal force created by sun, moon and earth. Tidal force created by sun, moon and earth. Tidal force created by sun, moon and earth. Right? Earth. Right? full stop. Listen. So there was one question in prelims exam. Which of the following are sources for endogenic geomorphic process? That was the question, and these are the 4 sources for endogenic geomorphic processes, right? So we have discussed these sources, right? So now we'll take a break, and after the break we'll discuss the types of endogenic geomorphic processes, right?